We're in Greece! Should we do that again?
Yeah.
We're in Indonesia! Shall we do that again?
So tell me how you felt before you came away. What did you think was going to happen?
I thought it won't have much bags on it.
And what did you think the boat was going to be like?
Really smooth.
Is it small?
No.
And
It has cushion.
I didn't really realise that we would be living on it, if you know what I mean. I kind of didn't comprehend the fact that we are living on the boat. I kind of looked and, oh, this is a big space.
I couldn't reach the light, so I had to ask everyone else to do the lights. Yeah.
It's not as big as a house or a catamaran, but it's still a fairly big boat.
And what bit do you like best about the boat?
This bit, because it's really spaced out and you can fly back on it on here.
I like the centre cockpit, I think.
If you walk from the front to the back, you get to every single room. So you will pass every single room. But in houses, it's not like that. You have to go past, so you can go through every single room, and it makes it so accessible and so easy.
My favourite part of the boat is probably the dolphin seat, because I have loads of memories from passages and things where I'd go on the dolphin seat and I'd also see all the dolphins there. But it's just a nice seat, I think, and it's actually handmade by Dad.
And what do you think about being away from home?
It's quite scary, really. I do miss it, but I think I'm going to have better times.
After 7 years, weird what you class as home now. I think I would class my home as the boat, and I think there are aspects I'm just really looking forward to getting back to, like a bath, flushing toilets, just space just to spread out.
Just to clarify, we do have flushing toilets. We don't just leave it in the toilet. We use a pump instead of an electric thing. So we do pump out our toilets. Anyways, I don't remember home. I do remember it vaguely. Like, I like the garden. I haven't had a garden. I want a garden.
My answer to this is a bit biased, because I have been back in England for the past 2 years. So no, I don't miss being back in England, because I actually miss being on the boat. So I do miss home, but I miss the boat home. But I also miss being in England with my family. So you need to appreciate being on the boat.
What do you think about the place that you've come to?
I think it's nice, but it could be better with a beach.
I really like it because we're next to, it's got loads of small alleyways, and I think they're really cute, and it's got all the really nice shops.
Now we're in Raja Ampat, Indonesia.
Once you get out of Europe, an island in one place will be the exact same as an island on the opposite side of the hemisphere, like on the same latitude. Yeah, it's quite nice actually. You can go swimming, you can see dugongs, you can go to a village. Yeah, the full works.
I like everything. Like, it has beaches, a village, it's good snorkeling, dugongs, there's turtles, there are sharks, there are dolphins. It's like everything. But the one flaw is that there's these little stingers, and they don't do any harm, but they just really are irritating, because you go swimming and they just sting you and sting you and sting you, and it's just so annoying. And also there's like a big town over there that you can access to get everything. So it's like pretty much the ideal place you want to go to.
Access to everything is a broad term. By that he means corn fritters and baked bananas. Anyway, I also really like this place. I do agree with the stingers. I'm getting severe itching after the stingers. However, I think this is the best coral I've ever seen and the best wildlife I've ever seen. I also thought I saw a crocodile, but it turned out to be a wallabaloo shark.
Wobbegong shark.
A wobbegong shark.
What did you feel like before you left?
Before I left, I thought I was going to get really upset because of all my friends, and I did, but when I got here, I was just really happy.
Don't expect to see many other kids in the Pacific. In the Caribbean, it depends on the season.
Normally, you will make really good friends and then they leave. But when you find a good buddy boat, you can just go on forever. And currently, we are buddy boating with a boat called Tea Time. They have 2 girls, 1 10, 1 12. And when you find someone that is going the same way, same age, and it's like perfect. Occasionally you're gonna have to change your plans a bit so you can stay with them, but overall I think it's pretty easy.
Finding friends on a boat is kind of also the same as like selling children, because you'll go on Facebook and it'll go, boy, 13 years old, girl,
God.
12 years old. So that's kind of how you find, there's like Facebook things with lists, and they don't, like, there's no description about personalities or anything. It's just if you're the same
There's even a
age.
thing called Kids for Sale.
Yeah, and it's on Kids for Sale.
Like sail with like boat sail.
We did struggle a little in the Mediterranean because it's very hard to find friends there. But once we were like Caribbean onwards, I found plenty of friends.
Yeah.
Friends that I've made for life. I think I've got friends in Siberia, friends in Brazil, I've got friends in Colombia, I've got friends in America, I've got friends in the Med. So it's like, it's not really something you have to worry about. Maybe in the Med.
And what do you think the boat was going to be like?
I thought the boat was, well, first of all, my room, I thought it was going to be really small because it's part of the corridor. But actually, I like it better than all the other rooms because it's really cosy.
Rowan, how do you feel about this statement you made 7 years ago about the room being better than all the others?
I still stand by that point, Dari. One point, I felt my bed was really heating up. So I went to Dad and I told him, Dad, my bed seems unnaturally hot. And he went, oh, you know, it's the tropics, of course it's going to be hot. So I felt the wood and I was like, no, Dad, seriously, I think my bed is too hot. And turns out the batteries had melted underneath my bed, which could have been a very big disaster if I had not found out. And then I was evacuated to the living room for a few nights.
I adopted that room because I was sick of Dari. You know, I'm not going to get into that. But anyways, I took the room and I liked it. I even customized it with my own lights. They broke, which I'm really sad about. But anyways,
My lights, I put them there.
no, Mum found another, like, a little scroll and, like, she cut it and put it on.
Yeah,
You know, there's, like,
they're
little
mine.
LEDs that are, like, cheap, but they're, like, amazing. Well, they broke, so there's until Rowan came out, which now I have to sleep in my old room, which I still enjoy. There's a nice breeze coming from the hatch, but I still prefer the other room.
What did you think was going to happen? How did you feel before you came away?
I thought like there's going to be Yiddish children so I could play with, but there's not.
Oh, so what do you feel like now then you've got here and there's no English children?
I feel sad.
I wish I had a time machine so I could go back to my past self and give them powdered mayonnaise, which is never the same as normal mayonnaise, which I have to deal with now. Like, we have powdered mayonnaise. Yes, we do.
Whoa.
We know, we have mayonnaise in like a big squishy thing.
It's powdered.
It's not powdered.
We do have powdered mayonnaise, don't we?
We don't have powdered
We have
mayonnaise.
powdered mayonnaise. Is that powdered?
Okay, so we don't have powdered mayonnaise.
I thought we had powdered mayonnaise. I do hang out with kids that are not English anymore, like tea time, who are Hungarian, and I've made Russian, Colombian, Spanish, Israeli. Wait, what? No,
You have
Dutch. I've already said that. Dutch, Americans, yeah.
America, Australian,
Australian, yeah. New Zealand,
Kiwi.
Indonesian, yeah. Pretty much, yeah. Loads.
And what are you looking at?
Can see parts of the world.
And would you like to go to some of those parts?
Yes.
Why would you want to go to those parts of the world?
Because I want to see what it looks like.
Yeah.
I can't get over how cute Ewan is. He's like a little baby.
I like Greece and Spain. I like.
How you were like 5 years old in Greece?
Yeah, no, I still remember it. Galapagos, because Galapagos had cheap ice cream, which I enjoyed. Also, all like the seals and stuff, whatever. The ice cream's the main thing. I liked Australia as well. Australia was crazy.
Pacific is a nice place. I mean, I like them all for different reasons, really. It depends what you really want to get out of the trip. If you just want to cruise around and get some photos, like some desert islands, I recommend the Caribbean. If you want some rich history, I recommend the Med. And if you want dugongs, sharks, and manta rays, I recommend Indonesia.
My favourite places has to be the Galapagos, Colombia, and Panama. overall. Actually, maybe the South Pacific too, but once again, it is just what you want, really. And it's also who you experienced it with, because I experienced Colombia and Panama with people who I really enjoyed my time with.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I swear, it definitely depends who you're spending like your time with, like what boat kids you meet and stuff. Because right now it is a beautiful place, but there's no really kids my age, so I'm a bit sad.
Well, you like Ewan? I'm sad.
And what are you?
Flags.
Oh yeah. And what are you excited about on this big trip? What is it that you're thinking
Now
about?
we're gonna go to Turquoise Sea.
See some turquoise sea. Is that the most thing you're excited about?
Yeah, and going snorkeling today.
I'm excited about going to the beaches and like because they're going to be way more tropical, and I'm also excited about seeing animals along the way.
So, Dara, you're most excited about the turquoise seas and
Snorkeling today, though.
snorkeling specifically that day. Do you remember how it was that day?
I actually do remember snorkeling that day, and I lost some of my flippers, which I was really sad about. Turquoise waters, we have a lot of turquoise waters.
Like, the water here is so clear. You don't have to even snorkel. You can just go on the paddleboard and look down. You can see all the coral. Like, Ewan and I were paddleboarding and we just saw like a stingray and things. So yeah, I think Dari was very right to look forward to the turquoise waters and the snorkeling.
It's quite interesting. When I look at a map now, I don't see countries. I look at experiences and friends. I have an image in my head that I keep with me.
Who are you and what have you done with Dari?
Today only we've seen dugongs, stingrays, sharks, turtles actually as well.
Bird of paradise.
Birds of paradise, yeah, that's another one.
Including your experience by being bitten by a dog, what would you say about and also being hit around the head by a sea lion, and also being hit by a fish?
Oh, no, we got to tell that story happened a few days ago.
I think they are cool and mean at the same time. Like, there was these fish, and I was like snorkeling next to the dinghy, and there was this fish, loads of fish, chased by like a barracuda or like, I don't know, but whatever. And they went all towards me. I don't know what to do, but they kept on hitting me, and it really hurt.
Or there was the experience in the Galapagos when Ewan was bodyboarding, and his head was like under the water, and then the sea lion came out of nowhere and like jumped over him, but he's put his head up a bit and it just slapped him over the head, and he thought it was someone else, but it was a whole sea lion slapped him around the head.
He gave me a very accusing look after that, and I was like, blame it on the sea lion. He was like, yeah, right.
We've all been attacked by dogs.
Yeah, domesticated dogs have got to be the most dangerous animal. You go cruising. Sharks, no attacks. Stingrays, no attacks. No animal apart from dogs has aggressively gone for us and attacked us.
Fish.
Apart from fish.
Apart from fish in Ewan's account. Oh, and mosquitoes, but I don't know if you can count them as like tropical animals you see around the world. But yeah, animals have been a massive part of our travels, and the best experiences I've had personally are from animals, like the swimming with the sea lions, swimming with sharks, birds of paradise. I think they've got the best memories with them.
Ants, there's nowhere else for them apart from the tropical places, the tropics.
Wait, I thought you was going to say there's nowhere else for them but on this boat.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching our videos. If you love these adventures and you would like to thank us, then you can simply click on the Super Thanks button below. If we have now inspired you, I suggest you head over to Patreon and sign up to our page. Here you can find out so much more and we can talk to you directly.
I'm excited most so I could make sandcastles, and you can play stuck in the mud, and if you throw stone down, it means you can't get them.
How many sandcastles have you made?
We made quite a few, and we're so good at making them. We actually won a prize on how good we made our sandcastles. We won a bodyboard, 2 bags of chocolate, and a box of chalk.
You're never too old to build sandcastles. I can still build them if I want to, and nobody can tell me I can't.
Even if you're a 50-year-old bloke.
Are you going to start some learning soon? Some schooling?
Yeah, today we're not because we have to unpack and everything. But I think maybe soon we're going to start some more learning, gradually get there.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, boat schooling is, unless your parents let you, you can not slack off. I'm going to Malaysia to do my GCSEs, so slacking off is just going to make me fail my GCSEs. Trying to do it on a tiny, like, overheating iPad. I'm like, please finish it before it goes out of charge.
I'm 12, so I don't really do as bad schooling as Dari and Rowan, but I do not enjoy it. When you go back to England, you have to prove to them that you can still do schooling.
I homeschooled throughout my whole of secondary school, yet I still passed my GCSEs. It's stressful. I think it's quite bad to bring a structure of society, I don't know if that makes sense, an establishment of society into a world that is so not society, like is so different from society. I also think it is good to have qualifications.
What's it been like the last week trying to leave England?
Well, the last week was really hectic and everyone was coming over to say goodbye, and it was making everyone really sad and everyone was crying and it was all emotional. But now I'm here, I just feel really relaxed.
Rowan, now you know what it was like leaving England then. What was it like arriving back in England when you arrived 2 years ago?
Well, it was a different experience because I wasn't living with my family anymore. It was nice in some aspects. It was nice to be near a shop again. It was nice to have some independence and some freedom. But it was also not nice in some ways because I've got the travel bug now and I feel like I can't shake it. So it's always making me not want to be trapped in one thing. I always want to be doing something, or at least leading to doing something.
So how many, like, days, weeks or months did it take for you to get bored of life on land?
I'm gonna say like a year. About a year ago I started thinking I kind of want to do something different. So that was summer, and then by Christmas I was like, I gotta do something different. So I feel like I've got the travel bug. I can't just stay in England anymore. And I feel like when everyone else goes back to England, they're gonna have the exact same thing. It'll be like a year probably before they're all like, I need to go on a boat again.
Being on the boat has its benefits, but I think I'm just looking forward to getting back and just focusing on, like, life, like a stable, secure life. And I think having a deadline to go back is a very good idea because you can prepare for it, like, mentally.
What I'm most looking forward to when we go back to the home is having my independence, because on the boat you can't really do that. Like, you can't just walk out the house and do that. You have to, like, you get the dinghy down and then you have to bring a radio because you don't know if there's going to be sharks attacking you or whatever. I'm looking for my independence.
I'm looking forward to getting back and being allowed to keep ants. Not that I don't keep ants on the boat now, but I'm looking forward to being able to keep ants with my dad being alright with it.
I don't know if that's ever going to happen.
I'm looking forward to going to a shop and buying stuff like food and fresh milk, and being able to order stuff to their house for my hobbies, anything really, just being able to go out and get stuff. The nearest supermarket is an entire day sail from here, so to get to the supermarket that would be a 2-day round trip.
What was it like on the flight yesterday, carrying all the baggage and things? How was that?
Really ashamed. I was really ashamed that Dad wasn't there because he could have carried all of it.
Oh, how much did you have to carry?
One bag of toys, what was like 1 ton, and a guitar.
And did you have to carry any bags?
Yeah, I had to carry a bag full of a few books, and I also had to carry a guitar, and at some points I carried a violin, and I think I pulled a muscle in my back somewhere.
So I seem to remember bringing a lot of toys back then, and I remember putting them in the cupboard and not taking them out, like, barely ever. And I think that's because when you're off-grid in a place like this, if you walk along the beach, if you use your imagination, you can find toys literally everywhere, like sticks and stones. You don't realise how, like, entertaining and how, like, engaging the actual world is. Actually, to be honest, I find most toys on the beach anyway because they're out of plastic everywhere. But that's a different issue.
Literally, the coral reef, it's just like a movie. You can just watch it and just so much happening.
I recommend toys like paddleboards or kayaks or snorkeling gear. If you ever meet other boat kids, that's always what we do. We play card games.
Especially Uno, because everyone we've met knows how to play Uno.
When we were all younger, we'd all play with, like, cars, and I used to play with Polly Pockets. The toys that you use the most are definitely things that you can use within the environment. Also, invest in a good pair of binoculars.
Oh, that's very important, actually.
And did you carry anything on the flight yesterday?
I carried a bag and Daddy flying.
Did you manage to do that?
I struggled, so I asked you to. I don't want to hold it, but I have to.
Who carried Joshua Bear?
Me.
Okay.
And me. No, I carried Sharky and Joshua Bear, but
And
now I
some of the
can't
time I
find
ca-
Joshua
and some of the
Bear,
time
but I
I
can
carried
find
him.
George's brother.
And some of the
Okay.
time I carried him.
You didn't.
I did.
You didn't.
Who carried Joshua Bear?
I did. We still have Joshua Bear, and Joshua Bear has pretty much been the mascot of this boat.
He's got a slightly pink tinge from when he was put in the washing machine with some red things. So he's gone through a lot, but he's still alive. But who carried him, guys? That's the question.
Well,
I
as you
carried
can
him
see
because it's
clearly
really
in the video.
I carried him to the plane, but all Darry did is he carried it from the dock to the boat. That doesn't count.
Okay, and is there any fish around here?
Yeah.
Yes, there's white bait, and that's edible, and I'm going to go and fish it with that.
And what are you going to do after?
Eat.
Eat the fish?
Yummy, yummy, in my
Remember
tummy.
last time we went to cook it first?
Are there any fish around here?
There is a bunch of fish around here. There's so many, they're literally like jumping out the water.
How many fish have you caught and eaten?
Well, I can't exactly put a number on it because I don't write it down, but we've caught a few, quite a few actually. When you're on a boat and you're like 5 days into the Atlantic crossing, not like any meat, catching a fish is a lifesaver. You get that kick of protein, and honestly, let me tell you, it's not for sport, it's for your own survival.
Fresh fruit and meat are definitely the hardest things to get. I mean, you can get meat in most places. It depends, like, how safe it is.
We've had a few exotic meat experiences. Kangaroo, crocodile, shark once in Spain out of all places. It was, we thought it was tuna. Lionfish. Oh yeah, I've eaten camel as well.
The things that we're most looking forward to eat back in England is berries, and more berries.
I was telling the boys the first thing I'm going to do when I get back to England is get a pot of strawberries and berries.
Fresh fruit, if you find it, is pretty much okay, but it's hard to find. Like apples and oranges. That's definitely the one thing you're most deprived of.
I'm missing a balanced diet, I think. Living off a diet of pasta is not very healthy. So I'm looking forward to getting some red meat, some fresh fruit and veg. Sadly, Rowan missed Australia, and in Australia they had quite a few shops, and one of them was selling gyros.
Oh my god, I miss gyros.
The last time we did have fish and chips was New Zealand.
So we're going to eat so much fish and chips when we go back to England.
But Mum has done a very good job at creating meals using these like limited resources. We still have a good meal every day. See, they're all looking at me like I'm crazy, but when they move out and they no longer have home cooked food, they will be the ones going, oh, I miss Mum's cooking, because Mum can make the best meals out of limited resources. She made, and I know this sounds crazy, but she made vegetarian Mexican, which was really good. The thing is, it was really good, and it tasted meaty. She is a very good cook, and when the boys are living, well, not you, but when you're living off baked beans in a can and that is it, he will regret being like, I miss this, I miss that.
And what did you have for breakfast?
Chocolate croissants. But he ate most of them.
I didn't eat lots.
And whose turn is it to wash up?
He ate loads. I washed up the table.
And no, I helped Dad put up the table.
No, washing up though, we've got to wash up too. Who's next turn to wash up?
Me, you, him.
The last time we had croissants was Australia.
We haven't had proper milk since Australia.
That's a cry for help.
We had scrambled eggs, actually. The fact that we can get eggs out here is amazing. I think bacon from Australia or somewhere around here, because they don't sell pork here or bacon because it's a Muslim country.
Yeah, so you can see how our mum provisions, because we had bacon, eggs and flatbread in the middle of nowhere. Whose turn is it to wash up?
Probably me, but
Probably.
yeah.
Probably, but
The best time to take kids sailing is probably around 7 or 8. And if you take them for 3 years, that would be perfect.
I disagree. I think the best age to take a kid is Darry's age because he's old enough to remember. For example, Ewan was 5 when we were in the Mediterranean. Darry was... How old were you when we left?
7 or 8. Don't take kids that are my age, because you've already had friends. It's a bit cruel to take them away from a life they've already created.
A piece of advice I would give myself is expect the worst, hope for the best.
It is scary at the start, but honestly, the experiences I've had have made up for all the bad times. It's high highs and low lows. So even when things got hard, when I felt like I didn't have any friends and things, there was always friends, or there was always a beautiful place around the next corner.
A piece of advice I would give myself is don't be so negative. Like, it can be changed. It can turn into a positive thing just by a different mindset.
Well, I don't know who that is, but I
Darry.
don't know where Darry's gone. Yeah, thank you for watching.
Bye.
We're in Indonesia.
I'll interview you this time.
No, I'm going you first, and then you can interview me.
Okay, can I start again?
Sorry. Okay, can you give a different piece of advice, Darry, that isn't just don't take your kids sailing?
Can I think about this one?
I bet you'll be impressed with the potato I drew.
And I've started decorating with pom-poms and these.
This is all mine. This cupboard on my side is mine. And this is French, and this is French, and this is French. I only have French, but we're going to find some Greece. This is my whistle. And I'm going to do it when we're at the island. I'm going to whistle it. And then I go to sleep like this.
Good night. Bye.